Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Em, and today we are going to be talking about my May TBR. Somehow, at some point, I assume we'll be less surprised at how quickly months go by, but today is not that day, and I am very confused about how we have 2 more days until it's May. I just don't understand what is happening anymore. I still so vividly remember being a teenager and feeling like time was crawling by, and now it's like the older I get, the faster everything goes, and I do not like it. But I do like books, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So we'll just leave the existential dread over there. Actually, I'm gonna take off my sweater. The weather kind of snuck up on us here too. We've had really wet, rainy, cold, miserable weather, and then this week it's finally spring and it's in the high 70s. It's supposed to be the low 80s today, and this is probably now the official most boring video ever because I've talked about time and the weather. So let's move on. My May TBR is almost exclusively books for my not exploding TBR, what am I calling this? For my self-destructing TBR. So these are books that I purchased in May of 2022 and have yet to read, and so I need to read them by the end of May this year, or I need to get rid of them. It's actually working really well for me so far. And then I have the Illumicrate book that I just got this morning. So I'm gonna show that real quick. So if you don't want to see what the Illumicrate book looks like for April, just avert your eyes. I've been trying to read my Illumicrate books before the next one arrives, which has been working out pretty well. So avert your eyes if you don't want to see what this month's book looks like. So I will be reading this. It is gorgeous. I will show it better. Like when I do a wrap up or something, just because it's pretty, but if I don't want to spoil it for people. So if you had covered your eyes, you can now look. And the rest of these books will be from my self-destructing TBR. So first up, I have Love Flushed by Evie Mitchell. This is part of the All Access series. This is a contemporary romance series. This is book 2. Book 1 is called Not My Type, and that features a heroine who's a wheelchair user. And then in this one, the heroine has Crohn's disease, and she owns a toilet paper company, like an eco-friendly toilet paper company, and it's a second chance romance. And I really loved the first book, and I'm kind of surprised I let a whole year pass without reading this one because I was so excited about it. But I think Evie Mitchell is really funny, and I like the disability rep that she has in the one book that I've read so far, but I'm going to assume it will continue to be excellent. Next is Braverly by Maggie Stiefvater. This is her, I don't know if this is a Brave retelling or if it's just a separate story about Merida. I think it's a separate story. But my husband got me for this for Mother's Day last year, and I really like Maggie Stiefvater, and Brave is one of my favorite Pixar movies. We actually just watched it last Friday, so we hadn't watched it for a while. I also think this artwork, I think Charlie Bowater is the artist for the cover. Yeah, it is. I think her art is pretty easy to spot. She's definitely got a distinctive style. Next up is Solitaire by Alice Oseman. I binged half of their backlist last year, and I have 2 left, and Solitaire is one of them. I think this is also their debut, and it's about Tori, who is Charlie from Heartstopper. It's his big sister. I haven't been disappointed by an Alice Oseman book yet, so I'm looking forward to this one. Next up, this is also a book that is on my Reddit Fantasy Bingo Board TBR. It's Fox Hunt by Rem Wigmore. This is a solar punk, I don't know if it's a sci-fi or if it's a fantasy or if it's one of those books that kind of bridges both genres. But it was on a list for, I think, an Australian SFF award, and I bought it because I liked the cover. Look, I'm just gonna say, I really need to unsubscribe from Book Riot's newsletters, specifically their SFF newsletters, because between those and Tor's newsletter, that's where I get in the most trouble with purchasing books. So I need to stop looking at them. So I stopped buying just random books. But anyways, Fox Hunt is also on the TBR. And then the last one on the TBR, which admittedly is the most intimidating, is A Velocity Weapon by Megan E. O'Keefe. I think this was an impulse cover buy, like at Barnes & Noble. I know, it's a space opera. I know nothing else. It says science fiction, an epic science fiction with intergalactic politics, war, and rogue AI. Okay, that sounds fun. Fast-paced, twisty, edge of your seat fun. Awesome. Can't wait. It's a thick one, which is why I'm a little intimidated, but it'll be fine. So outside of those 7 books, that's usually about the size I like to keep my TBR, even though I'll probably read at least 10 more on top of that. My goal of reading less is not going well. And I don't know that I care enough to actually take steps to dial it back a little bit. We'll see how May goes. So I have those 7. I don't think the Hugo finalists will come out until towards the end of May, if not into June, because I think voting just closed on Sunday. So I don't have to put the Hugos on my TBR yet. And let's see, the only other book I might throw in is Stephanie's Patreon is doing a series read for the Greenbone saga, so I might read book 2 depending on how my reading of book 1 goes. I'm 30% of the way through right now. And then we usually also have a book club book every other month, and May will be the month to have a book club book, so whatever that choice ends up being, I will probably throw my TBR as well. But other than that, we're just gonna keep it short and sweet today. So thanks for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, let's do some sort of rocket ship, spaceship, ship, whatever ship you wanna put down. Let's do a ship emoji. And yeah, I hope you all are having a great day and that your weather is equally delightful. And yeah, good luck to us in May. Okay, bye.